Welcome back to the LoPriore podcast. I'm your host, Danny LoPriore. First time, long time. Welcome back. First things first, just wanted to say thank you all for waiting around. I know you guys have been waiting around, sending me DMs and messages and all that stuff. Where's the pod? Is the pod coming back? The pod's back. I'm here, ready to do the pod. It's a new age of the pod, new era of the pod. Michael has since moved, which congratulations, Michael, if you're watching this. Michael has moved, I'm really happy for him. But for me, after my tour, I got pretty burnt out. Everybody was kind of moving around, and I needed to just recalibrate and get myself right. So for those that are watching here and have come back, thank you so much. For those that left, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. But come back, please. Please, God. But yeah, so we're good to be back here. Going forward, it's going to be a lot of me, just me. The show is going to be focused solely around pop culture, TV, movies, comedy, life in general, just going forward. And I'm sure Michael will be on here from time to time, but moving forward, it's a solo show. So just trying to make sure that we're covering all the bases and I answer everybody's questions before everybody starts asking me the same question a million times. I'll answer it. I don't care. I'll answer it a million times, but yeah. So that's that. So this isn't the final studio. A studio's being built downstairs. It's almost done. That's going to look super duper nice. Really excited for that, but didn't want to wait much longer to start getting some stuff out. And I'm really excited. Going to be a lot of fun. And let's get into the first thing right off the bat. Got some tour dates coming up. November 6th is going to be in New York City. It's a different kind of show. It's going to be a lot of fun. The show's called Crowdwork Confessions. It's going to be a weekly show that I do in New York City. I will release the details on my Instagram probably next couple days. Just want to make sure I have the nice art for it and it looks good. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a weekly show in New York City, which is a lot of fun. Crowdwork Confessions. The show consists of people that come to the show. They write on a little piece of paper. They put it into a hat or a bowl, something that holds paper. And it's a confession that they make. We get to talk about it and do crowd work off of it and create songs off of it too as well on stage. So it's a safe space for me to have fun and create very quickly, freestyling, stand-up, crowd work, fan participation. Going to be a lot of fun. Really, really looking forward to it. And if you're in New York City, look out for the details. That's coming out. But then New York City, November 14th, Thursday, 9:45 p.m., I will be performing at the venue at the Hard Rock Hotel, part of the New York Comedy Festival. Link for those tickets below. And then also I'm having a surplus sale. So I had a bunch of t-shirts left over from the tour. So I think I'm just going to sell them at a very discounted price. The link for that will be below as well, because I got to get rid of it. So, I'd rather get rid of it or I'll just end up donating a whole bunch of tour shirts, and then people will just be walking around with my name. So I'm just figuring it's free advertising anyway. But, so tickets for those shows will all be available via my link tree below. But, now that we got that out of the way, just got back from seeing Joker Folie. And, spoiler warning, this movie fucking sucks. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm going to get into why it's bad. First thing that, once I heard it was a musical, everybody kind of jumped off and was like, nah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to see the Joker be a musical. But in my mind, the artist that I am, the thespian, I said, maybe this could be really good. This could be really good. So I like musicals. I do. I enjoy the shit out of them. You know, I've probably seen Grease 793 times, and I don't care what anybody thinks. West Side Story, love it. One of my favorite movies of all time. When they did the live one on NBC, I almost shit my pants. I was so excited. But yeah, I love musicals, so I went into it with an open mind. I would say within the first 7 minutes of the movie, I said, this movie fucking sucks. Lady Gaga's good in it, all the music parts, but, without spoiling it for people, wasn't some performance that's like gonna rock my socks. The other thing too is none of the music made sense that they used in the movie. Like in musicals, the songs are about like the story and moving the story along. Like in the Wizard of Oz, the whole fucking thing, they're saying, well, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Why did I say it like that? The wonderful Wizard of Oz. So, they're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Yellow Brick Road. If I only had a brain. What's the other one? What's the Lion song? He wants courage. I forgot his song though. I haven't seen the Wizard of Oz in a long time. But yeah, if I only had a brain. And then I think about if I only had a brain. I said, how's this guy walking around if he doesn't have a brain? How's he talking? How the fuck is he singing? He doesn't have a brain. You get caught up in the lights and the glitz, but it's a scarecrow without a brain singing a pre-written song and dancing. You have to have a lot of brains to do that. Your brain's doing a lot of stuff at once. So he does pretty good. And then at the end, she tells him you didn't need a brain at all. I could have told him that 3 minutes into the movie. If I only had a brain, I'd be like, buddy, you just sang and danced all over the place. Pretty sure you have a brain. You had a brain all along. How'd you know? Because you just did a musical dance number back there to fucking Persige. That's how I knew you had a brain. You dumb fuck. You're just an idiot. But yeah, back to Joker. None of the songs move the movie along. And then the ending is a very weird tie-in thing that some people are I guess gonna like. I hated it. I thought it was so fucking stupid. But Joaquin's good in it. It's just so crazy. I'm gonna go on record, stamp it. It's the worst sequel of a movie I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen Halloween Ends and Halloween Kills and Halloween 2018. I've seen all of them. That's another thing. So if you're gonna go see this movie, I'm gonna give it 2 fat, big old penises down. 2 penises down. I'm gonna give it 2 flaccid wieners. 2 flaccid wieners and a bucket of poop. That's how I'm gonna give it. Okay? Don't recommend it to anybody. There's nothing really like redeeming. The courtroom scenes are okay. The best scene in the movie is when the Joker's interviewing a witness. That's the best scene in the whole movie. Very well writ. I almost said very well writ. Damn, dude. If I only had a brain. It's very well written, that scene. So yeah, I would say that's the best scene, but just wait for it to come out on YouTube or something. And wait for it to come out on Max. Speaking of Max, I've been watching Penguin. That show is fucking awesome. I'm gonna give that show 4 penises up. The Penguin. That show gets 4 penises up. I would give it 5 penises, but I have to see. I give it 2. I give it 4 1/4 erect dongs. 2 dongs up. Two dongs up, two wieners, 2.5 wieners up. It's a really good show. Colin Farrell's amazing in it. The kid that plays Victor's great. What the hell's her name? Fucking Falcone. She's great in it. She played John Sacramone's daughter in The Sopranos. Fun fact. Use it on your friends. Sophia. Yeah, she's great. The show's fantastic. It's very well written. And Colin Farrell, I love him. He's just like, you think I want to do this? It pretty much is the Sopranos of like the Gotham universe, of the Gothaverse. You know, Penguin's like Tony Soprano. Think I want to do this? What you think I want? Let me tell you something. I control the drops. You control whatever it is you do over there. Yeah. But any kind of drops business, I'm in that business. So yeah, it's very Sopranos influence. But I love it. If you have not started The Penguin, check out The Penguin. It is so damn good. It's on Max. I do like to see shows be able to kind of stand on their own, to the point where they don't need Batman. You know? They don't need Batman. They don't need the Joker. Let's build some other stuff. Let's be more interesting. And, you know, after seeing Folie, I feel like I never have to see another... I don't need to see the Joker on screen for another 20 years. I'm Jokered out. I don't know how you guys feel. I don't know. That movie Terrifier 3 came out today. Not really into that kind of stuff. I saw Terrifier 1 and 2, and then halfway through Terrifier 2, I immediately, like, signed up for church and, like, called my grandma just to, like, say hello, who I haven't spoken to in years. Because I just felt like, imagine if this guy came into your house. I don't know what's so scary about clowns, but the fact that clowns in real life have killed people, like John Wayne Gacy, that guy was a clown and he was, like, killing people and putting them in this crawl space. You know, I wish clowns had a better rap. You know what I'm saying? I feel like clowns get wrongfully judged in the streets. You know? Because I feel like clowns, a lot of them just bring joy to the world. You know what I'm saying? And granted, the pay scale for being a clown probably isn't great. It's probably not awesome. But being a clown is kind of a cool job if you think about it. Fucking morph all kinds of hellacious balloons. You know? Could turn a fucking balloon into a dog. That's magic to me, dog. If I could see somebody turn a balloon into magic, I love magic. And clowns, like, are borderline magicians. They're just like not great at it, you know? They're like a magician's apprentice. A clown. But yeah, what else have I been watching? Oh, I watched another, because, you know, it's Halloween time. I like to watch horror movies. I watched another horror movie called The Jester. It's kind of like Terrifier, but it's like the acting's so bad in it. Definitely give it 4 dongs down. Just as a movie in total. But I don't know about this time of year. It's like you start smelling fireplaces and everything starts smelling good. Things start falling off trees. You're like, this is amazing. This is the best time. You want to know why this is the best time of year? Because you wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt. Or you could wear a sweatshirt and shorts. Oh, I love that combo so much. Hoodie and shorts. That combo's unbeatable. I don't care what anybody says. And that's all about fall weather. I feel bad for people that don't have seasons. You need seasons. You know? I feel like you need them for like your body's like ecosystem and shit. Is it eternal clock or internal clock? It's internal clock. which I don't think is real. Let me see. I don't think the internal clock is real. Let's look that up. Because a lot of people always say internal clock, and I was like, I don't think that's a real thing. Is the internal clock real? I don't think it's real. Oh wait, it is real. The biological clock is real, but it has multiple multiple meanings. Circadian rhythms, one of my favorite Drake songs that has come out recently. The body's internal clocks that regulate sleep wake cycles, hunger, and other physiological processes. These rhythms are synchronized with the sun. What? And are affected by light, food, stress, and other factors. Fertility. A term used to describe the decline of fertility that occurs with age. Yeah, but I have a wiener. Guys can have babies forever, right? It's chicks that, like, their stuff starts going all wonky. The term biological clock was originally used to describe circadian rhythms, but its meaning shifted in the 1970s and 1980s to refer to female fertility. See, I've never used it that way. I've only used it like my body thinks it's 8 o'clock, but it's 11. That's the only time I've ever used that. I don't even know what a circadian rhythm is. I thought those were bugs. Yeah, so it's saying your body has its own internal networks of clocks. So we have more than one clock going off in our head? The only clock I know about is the one when I'm about to shit my pants. That's the clock. That's oh god. If I have any internal clock, it's in my ass. It's the truth. It's the truth, dog. Be like that. So yeah, I don't think I've done a show since my tour. I forgot. Tour was amazing. Got to meet so many amazing people. It was so fun to get to all these cities that I'd never been to. I have this little like pin map, and to see all these places that I've done stand up, and it's been so cool. I'm planning to get back on the road, like December through March time. Um, I'm also setting up a show um, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Probably the end of November ish. The end of November. I don't have a date yet. I'm waiting for the guy to email me back. But yeah, so I'll probably start down there and bounce around a little bit. But let me tell you something, man. Where did I go? I went to Toronto, which I always love. It's always a great place to go. Montreal, great place. Um, where else did I go? Utah. I thought people in Canada were nice. People in Utah are really nice, but they're really Mormon too. So like when I was doing it, my show, I was worried about some of my content, like things I would say, like is this gonna go over well with the audience? And then once I got a couple chuckles out of them, we talked about being Mormons. Had some jokes about being Mormons in there. Some of them got it, some of them didn't. I thought somebody walked out of the show at one point, but they went to just go get water, and I was just like, oh man. My thing is I'm a free speech guy on stage, but if there's a crescendo, don't just go on stage to say whatever it is you want to say because you have free speech. Make it make sense. If you're gonna say it, make it make sense. Save those kind of words for your act, and also save them for like an actual story that people care about. Not to just say the word. That's just me. People could do comedy however they want, but I feel like I've been doing it long enough that I can have opinions about it. Um, yeah. But Salt Lake City, people were really nice. Phoenix, people were awesome in Phoenix. Man, I had no idea what hot was until I got to fucking Phoenix, Arizona in the middle of fucking August. We walked outside of our Airbnb, my opener, Ben. Um, we walk out onto the street, and I tell you, it felt like if I were to put my ass cheeks on the fucking sidewalk or the asphalt, my entire like 3 layers of my skin would have came off of my ass like a fucking bad glove. I don't know how people live there. Nobody goes outside during the day when it was 114 degrees at like 9 a.m. And the other thing, too, that I didn't understand is I didn't know that it could still be hot without the sun. You know, because the sun is so hot. Why is it so fucking hot when the sun is gone? You know? Like, scientifically, it just doesn't make sense. Like, the sun is nowhere to be found. It's completely dark out. But why does it still feel like the sun is here? That's what was bothering me. I couldn't figure out the riddle of the sun. How did that work? Someone explain to me how that works. Really, honestly, in the comments, please. Or DM me on Instagram or something. How can a place be so hot and the sun is gone? That doesn't make any sense. How the hell can it be that hot if the sun is not there? And I know what the sun looks like. You can't even look at it. If you look at the sun, you die pretty much. Your face does. Your eyes, at least. So when the sun goes down, it's supposed to not be hot. But now I'm thinking about it. In the wintertime, it's cold and the sun is up. How does that work? I promise I'm not on any edibles tonight that I know of. Yeah. If the sun's so hot, why do we get cold? And then, like, it's just hotter for, like, a part of, like, what is it? Is the sun closer? I gotta Google it. Why do it be hot at night, but the sun gone? Yo, Google AI is crazy because I literally just threw into the search, why do it be hot at night but the sun be gone? Google AI says, there are a few reasons why it can be hot at night even after the sun has gone down, including heat traps in buildings. I never knew that. Heat gets trapped in a building? How is that possible? You can build like a little hot house. This heat is released into the surrounding air. Heat from the sun during the day can be absorbed by buildings and stored in roof tiles or other materials. When the sun goes down, this heat is released into the surrounding air. So you're telling me, all right, so this is what I'm gathering from this. The sun makes heat come down, right? And then when it goes away, it hides in buildings, and then it's released into the surrounding air. So that it's basically like the sun is fucking farting at night. So that's why it's warm at night. It's because we're walking through the sun's farts. They're just like, oh, it's time to come out now. Scoot. Maybe that's why people hear like creaks in their house. Because it's the sun just fucking laying a big fucking shit fart right out of its butt in your house. That probably explains a lot of ghosts if you think about it. If you got heat in surrounding air trying to escape out of your crevices of your house, it's probably the sun's just farting. The more you know. Cities can retain heat well because of their concrete and asphalt buildings, which are efficient at absorbing heat. All right, that kind of makes sense. Hormonal changes. Oh, this is about vaginas again. Dude, chicks are like so tied in with the moon. I feel like the moon just like makes chicks' bodies go be crazy. It's like I think I met this girl one time when I was like 11 or 12, and we were somewhere by the river, the Hudson River. I think we were at the waterfront where I grew up, and we were sitting there, and the tide was coming up, and I swear to God, as soon as the tide reached high tide, she got her period. I swear. And I was like, 12. And she said, oh, I have to go home. I think I just got my period. And we were with like a group of friends. It wasn't just me and her hanging out. And I was like, whoa. I was like, did that have to do with the tide? And everybody laughed at me. So I stopped really asking questions. That was kind of the day in my life where I said, I'm going to stop asking questions about the female body, I think. But yeah, but as soon as it hit, because when you go to a place that's like high tide, and you could see like the little doo-doo tracks of like the tide before it, And I could watching the line, I'm watching the line, and then it reached the top of the line of the doo-doo. It reached the top of the doo-doo crevice, the doo-doo remnants. And it stayed right there. And as soon as it hit there, she said, oh, I think I have to go home. I just got my period. So I think it does have to do with the moon. But yeah, so what were we talking about? Anywhooser, let's get into the ads. Just so you know, this episode of the LoPriore podcast is brought to you by our friends over at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. All right, listen, this is why I love Prize Picks. Prize Picks is easy. That's the biggest thing that I love about it so much. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in over 30 states, including California, Florida, Georgia, and Texas. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy. So your lineups stay in place even if one of your players gets injured. That's huge. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. So you know what you should do? Join over 10 million users and sign up today. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that could lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. And all you got to do, look, Justin Jefferson, one of my favorite wide receivers of all time. I know he hasn't been around that long, but I love him. Listen, so think Justin Jefferson will get more than 83.5 yards next week? Or less. That's all you have to pick. Is he going to get more? Is he going to get less? If I was playing, I would probably say more. Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off, which ones aren't. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long. All right, so download the app today and use code LOPS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code LOPS, LOPS, to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup, and you don't even need to win to get the 50. Sounds good to me, and I've used it. So I've used my own promo. There we go. But yeah, back to the show. Saw a video of a guy doing a front flip into you know what? So this, yeah, you know what? I'll say it. So this guy front flips in like his friend's living room, and he did a front flip into the fish tank, and he face planted into the fish tank. Hold on, let me pull it up here, because what I want to do is I actually want to try this out for the show. Because all right. Yeah, so listen to this. Oh, they turned the audio off. So yeah, this guy front flips, and his fucking face goes right into a fish tank. Jesus. See, I don't know what I would do. If my friend did a front flip in my house, I'd be like, dude, that's so badass, but you just fucking Goldberged my fish tank. Shattered your face. This might be my favorite video on the internet right now. Is just this man landing a not perfect front flip, but pretty amazing feat of athletic, ability, athleticism, to only smash his face into the glass. And not only does his face hit the glass and kind of break it, he fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin shatters this bitch. That's this is one of my favorite videos, dude. Just an amazing front flip. Oh my god. Incredible. Incredible. I can't do any kind of flips, front flips, back flips, side flips. I used to be able to do a round off. I feel like that was like a cartwheel. That was like a backflip for fat people. A round off. You know? Like a round off is a half a backflip, but like if you're fat, it's like an athletic fucking feat. You ever do something athletic and you're fat and people are like, whoa? I'm like, you son of a fucking passive aggressive bitch. I hate that. I'm like, yeah, fat people can move. You just don't want to. Speaking of being fat and doing flips and stuff, I've been working out a lot and exercising. Thank you to everybody who's reached out to me about my weight loss. I'm still working on it. Still getting after it. I have a goal in mind. I'm almost there. But that'll be a nice day to celebrate. A part of me is always going to be fat. A part of me is going to always be fat. Still fat forever. For real, I promise. And then, I have a whole life to live. You know what I'm saying? So why don't I just get skinny now? And then, like, when I'm like 70-something, just get real fucking fat again. Just become just a real fat piece of shit. But yeah, so thank you for all the kind words. People just reaching out too, because the pod's been off for so long. People just reaching out and asking me if I'm doing okay. I'm doing great, guys. I'm honestly, mentally, I'm doing the best that I've been doing in a long time. I was very burnt out. Had a lot of stuff up in the air that I was trying to figure out my future, all these other things. So, just need to take a little bit of a break, get in the right mindset, wait for stuff to pick up again, and now get back to it. Yankees going for the clinch tonight. Hopefully. I know we might have some Royals fans in here, but, it's so crazy to think about that I'm like older than every player on the Yankees. So now I'm old enough to be like, this kid's good. It's a nice young man. I could say that now. Like Salvador Perez is older than me. He's the catcher for the Royals. But yeah, man, the Yankees. Hopefully they get it home, go to the ALCS. Wouldn't mind seeing a Subway Series. I think that'd be very great for the city. Seeing the Mets and the Yankees go after it. The Mets has surprised the shit out of me, I'll be honest with you. I thought Philly was going to fucking blow their doors off. And the thing about that is, everybody's saying like Yankees fans can't root for Mets fans or can root for Mets fans. I'll never root for the Mets in my life. I fucking hate the Mets. You know what I mean? Every Met fan that I've ever met or grew up with was always kind of a fucking scaramouche. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this guy, you walk around him naked, he'll take a picture of you and put it on the internet. That's how I feel about Mets fans. Little fucking sniveling little fucking gerbils. But God bless them, Aaron Judge can't hit, I guess. Aaron, if you're watching this, hit the baseball. That'd be fantastic. That'd be great. And people are always like, hey, don't judge guys that can like do stuff that you can't. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here. I want to be entertained. I want to see the team win. You're the best player. It'd be nice if you hit the ball. I think he would say the same thing. But I would never say that to his face. But, I think he knows. Hit the ball, man. Hit the ball. Basketball's coming back soon. And you want to know what's great? when your friend signs with the New York Knicks. That's right. One of my good buddies, Landry Shamet, has signed with the Knicks. I will be at the Garden this year, unless he doesn't answer my text on game day to go to the games. Very excited for the Knicks, man. Just got Karl Anthony Towns. The Knicks are ready. We're so ready. The Knicks are ready to go to the next level. Even if we just make it to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, the city will fucking collapse. It's going to collapse. It's going to go crazy. I do hate that we traded our Italian DiVincenzo out of here, but we got Brundaddy. We got Big Cat. We got OG. We got Mikal Bridges. The Knicks are ready to fuck shit up. All right? Everyone's talking about Bronny James and LeBron James. They're not going to win shit. That team's going to suck ass. It's the Knicks' time, baby. And you want to know something? One of my favorite memories of my entire life will be if the Knicks win a championship and I could get to see my dad cry. My dad's been waiting 50 years. My father's been waiting 50 years. 50 fucking years. For the Yankees to win a game. I mean, for the Knicks to win a championship over here. I've been wearing a lot of V-necks recently. I don't know why. Kind of into them now, though. I feel like I just like, as soon as I hit 35, I was like, yeah, I'll wear that. I feel like it's just like an older guy's shirt. You know, you don't see a lot of young men in V-necks anymore. There was a huge V-neck phase where like V-necks were down to here and shit. Like V-necks were looking crazy long. But yeah, I was in Target. I had a $5 coupon. And I was like, oh, wow, I could buy 10 V-necks for $12. I'm going to do that. So now I wear them all the time. I'm a big V-neck guy now. Sue me. Been doing a lot of yard work with my dad at their house. It was like leaf blowing and stuff and doing a lot of moving shit around. I'll tell you this. As much of a real man I think I'm just not. So I feel like I'm kind of like I'm gonna put myself through a real man boot camp. Like I want to learn something. Like I want to like go to mechanic school, or like learn to fly a fucking helicopter or some shit, or fucking like kill something, but like eat all of its like organs and shit. You know, don't be like a man for the internet. You know what I mean? Like I want to be a man for myself. I just want to be a real fucking man. You know? Like I went fishing the other day and I was like, dude, I think my dick grew from just fucking fishing. Just being a real man. Like I just felt like testosterone filling up my fucking nuts. You know? Felt like I need some of that. I need it. Pop a little bit. I need to pop more. That's the problem. I'm not popping enough. You know? So I need to just pop more. Be a little manlier. Because I feel like in the back of every guy's mind, even gay dudes, you'd just be like, I wish I was a little more, capable of doing things with my hands. Like if I went to my dad downstairs, I was like, yo, the fucking carburation machine broke in the basement. He'd be like, all right, I'll be right there and he'll fix it in 5 minutes. Like, but, all right, so I'm stronger than my dad now. I would hope so. He's 70 years old. But I'm stronger than him. But the thing that's always stayed with him is he's got this amazing fucking grip strength. You know what I mean? He's just got fucking grip strength. His hands strong. He's got grip strength on him. Like, I remember one time we were trying to change a circuit breaker. But the old ones used to have to, like, screw in, it looked like the bottom half of a light bulb, and you just screwed it in like that. I'm telling you, for 2 hours, I'm trying to get this thing out like this. Hands getting all sweaty. I'm slipping off the shit. I called my dad. He drove down there. 2 seconds. Bow. Ripped the thing out. I was like, this is the manliest thing I've ever seen. So, like, I'm trying to get that. Just manlier. I want my hands to feel like a fucking matchbook's dick. That's what I want it to feel like. You know? Just exercising, fucking just being more one with the earth and shit. If that means anything. I don't know. Do you guys ever feel that way? Maybe I'm just going through a phase. But I always say that, but when it comes time to do it, I'm like, I'll go on TaskRabbit. The other thing too, I broke my hand on tour. Broke my hand in Davenport, Iowa. Great place to break your hand. I was doing the punch machine. So me and my opener, Ben Gold, check him out on Instagram. Great guy. We were playing the punchy game. So I was like, let's go punch for punch. I was like, I'm going to beat him. I know how to punch. Box for a while. Good amount of time. I'm going to beat him. So he punches first, scores like high sevens or something, high 700s. I'm like, I'm going to cook this guy at least 860, 870 on this thing, because I've done it before. So, but the whole time I'm going like this to look at him, and I'm making eye contact with him because I'm trying to fucking show off a little bit. And when I go to hit the thing, there's the balls here, and then there's the metal thing that swings down. And you press the button, right? Fucking fatooms down. Fatooms down. I line up. I punched the shit out of this thing. It was a great fucking punch. But the thing is that I punched where the ball and the metal bar adhere. So when they came together, that's where I punched it. Right where they meet. And Ben's like, oh, dude, you fucking, that punch fucking sucked, man. Oh, I beat you. I was like, yo, flat face, stone face, go, broke my hand. And he goes, what? I was like, broke my hand, dude. I shattered my hand. I know I did. And he was like, nah, you're fine. I was like, dude, I shattered my hand. So we go home that night and go meet me sleepies. I wake up the next day, and my hand is the size of a fucking just a gargantuan, like, baboon's red ass. That's what it looked like. My hand looked like a baboon's ass. Just fucking red and swollen, and just looks like it's just been dragged across the floor for years. What's the lifespan of a baboon? What's the lifespan of a baboon? All right, everyone get your guesses in. Baboon facts. All right, here we go. A baboon can live between 20 and 30 years. That's an old-ass baboon. You have baboons that live old enough to fucking join the military. Let them fucking go. Imagine a 30... Yo, what's up? That's my baboon. Like, how old is he? He's like 27. I feel like monkeys are human enough to, like, be able to, like, go out and drink with you. Like, they should be able to get, like, little monkey IDs and shit. And just be like, yo, what up? Like, yo, just be like, yo, what's up, fucking... Mr. Bojangles is drinking with me tonight. And it should be perfectly accepted in society. That you could just bring an of-age fucking orangutan with you places if they weren't so fucking dangerous. That's why I would never own any kind of animal like that. You always see, it's always white people too. You always see like white people would just be like, oh yeah, like this is my buddy, like this is my good old friend. And then 6 months later, the thing fucking kills them. Like I will never get close enough to a creature that isn't a dog to be like, this is my best friend. Like, imagine you raise an orangutan and you raise it to the point where it's 24 years old or some shit, right? And you love this thing. This thing is like your life, your baby. You've been on fucking Good Morning America with his stupid ass, you know? People film documentaries about you and this fucking monkey. And then a week later, after all that shit comes out, it tears your fucking face to floor routine ribbons. We gotta stop trusting animals, dude. Gotta stop trusting them. I can't even trust my dogs, really. That's what I hate about like new animals too, like this generation's animals. I hate this generation's animals, especially dogs. You know, back in the day, my grandfather had a dog. You never saw it. I feel like grandparents just had dogs that you never saw. You just hear them like breathing under the fucking the door. They had like their own fucking closet that they would put them in. And you just hear like every once in a while. You're like, oh, it's fucking Bullet. And guess what? That dog lived to be like 17 years old. It never came in the house. And I'm pretty sure it just ate the children of the street. I don't even know what it ate. I don't even know if this dog ever ate food that lived in my grandpa's house. I don't even know how it survived. Christmas, outside. Like my grandfather would scrape together like a nice little plate of scraps. That was the only time I ever saw the dog eat, was on Christmas. Like my grandpa would be like, Danny Junior, holy shit, I gotta go outside. I was like, why, Grandpa? He's like, I gotta feed Bullet. I was like, yeah, go outside, Grandpa, do your thing. And I thought it was gonna be like this beautiful moment, like where I saw Bullet come through like the door. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna see Bullet for the first time in my life. My grandpa just like shuffles out there. He's got like a turtleneck and like a Santa hat on. He just gets to the fence with the plate and just throws all the fucking food over the plate. Just throws it over there. He's like, Merry Christmas, Bullet. That was another thing too that was really messed up of me. My grandfather had an accent. He's from Puerto Rico, right? So he had an accent, but I didn't really know what accents were when I was little. So I kind of always thought, you know, my grandpa was also in the army too. I thought like maybe he took some shrapnel to the head and like fucked him up a little bit. So like he couldn't like talk right. So I always like kind of felt bad for him. And then I got old enough, I was like, oh, it's just an accent. I didn't know. Like I would salute him and shit when I was a kid, because like I was just like, I felt so bad that like whatever happened to him in the war. So I was just like, oh man, dude, like fucking something happened. Like, you know, because you hear stories of like those people that go in comas. Fucking goddamn kids fly. They fly on motorcycles down here. It's crazy. Yeah, so, you know, yeah, you hear these stories of these people that go in comas and like they become Chinese. What is that? There was a story of a woman where she went into a coma, and when she came out, she was fucking Chinese. But couldn't speak Chinese, just talked Chinese. She just had a Chinese accent. That's a real story. That your brain could get so fucked up. Imagine getting hit in your head so hard that you woke up Chinese. That's the type of threats I'm going to make towards my kids. I was like, dude, I'm going to beat you so bad that you're going to turn Chinese. Because it's medically possible to take such brain trauma that a white English woman can become Chinese. That's the world we live in. That's how amazing the human brain is. You can get knocked Chinese, dude. Fucking just get scrambled Chinese, bro. That's crazy. It's a crazy world. It's a crazy world we live in, I'm telling you. It really is. It really is a crazy world we live in. What other things have happened while I haven't been here? Yeah, the whole Trump thing, the shooter and stuff. You know, I don't think anybody should be assassinating anybody, but I will say, for like that kid, whatever, whoever he was, wasn't a bad shot. I'm just saying, for me, I would be, you know, I was speaking of being bad. I would have hit fucking somebody at the different rally. The whole thing that bothered me about that, I was like, weren't people calling and being like, hey, there's a guy up there, and the Secret Service was like, it's all right. That's kind of weird. That's a little strange. I will say this, though. Podcasters, probably stop having politicians on your shows, you know? It's kind of weird. Like, this is like the only safe space for us to like not have to worry about that stuff. I don't want to see these fucking people on podcasts and shit. It's weird. It's like Logan Paul's talking to like Donald Trump. He's like, yo, like, does abortion have Riz or no? You know, it's just like, what are we talking about? I feel like there's a lot of things that get messed up. It's like people like they take good at business, like people being very good at business as being intelligent. You couldn't be more wrong. There's a lot of people out there with money who are just not smart. So I just feel like you have to interview a president. You either have to be a kid because it's gonna get like funny reactions, or you have to be like a very locked in political person to have them as a guest on a show, and for it to make sense, you know, because you want to know what it is. It's just such a mutual sluttery. It's like, I want to use you for views, right? Like, this is the biggest we could, like, we need to use you, and then it's like, I need to use you for your platform. So it's amazing where podcasts have come, but I don't know, man. I think podcasts should be for like pooping your pants and shit, or like getting knocked Chinese. You know. And I remember somebody was saying to me, they were like, "You would have Trump or Kamala on your show if you were big enough," and I was like, "Probably not." It's like, what am I going to talk to them about? You know, it's just not my thing. Politics aren't my thing. Like, I would be like, yo, like, you know, have you ever like jerked off in the Oval Office? Like, that's like the question I'm gonna ask. Because I'm not based politically. I'm based other things. You know. About, you know, if you want to hear amazing stories, like, I have amazing stories, amazing feats. One time, I drove 1.5 miles in reverse after a couple daiquiris. Don't recommend it. It's very illegal, but I did it just to see if I could do it. And I did it. And I don't recommend that to anybody. I was around 19 years old, I think, when I did that. And honestly, I think that's a better story. One time, I stole my friend's car, and instead of putting it in drive, I put it in reverse, and I drove off the side of a little cliffy mountain in reverse and landed perfect. Fucking perfect. The car, not a fucking scratch on it. Not a scratch. Not a scratch, dude. Airbags didn't deploy. Bumper didn't even get fucked up. Didn't flip. Nothing. Perfect. Fucking nailed it by accident. Right? So I do that. I'm backing out of the place, right? I'm ready to go. Do a little 3-point turn. I said, oh my God, thank God I never have to tell anybody what just happened. I'm good. I'll bring the car back. I'll be perfectly fine. I won't get in any trouble. I'm going down this place, Mount Hope in Hastings. And I fall asleep a little bit, and I knock the rear view side view mirror off. So I survived the fucking driving off the side of a mountain, dude. And by a mountain, it was like a 3-foot drop. But in a car, dude, and the airbags didn't go off, and the car was fucking fine. It's an old Toyota Camry. But I snoozed a little bit and went, you know, when you do that, you know, you don't even have to be off a couple of daiquiris to do that. I've been driving sometimes. You ever drive sometimes in the car and you hear the song, like a song's like playing? It's like Caribbean Queen. And you're listening to it, but you're falling asleep at the same time. Dream. And you pop up and the music just gets mad loud again. That's what it was like. But I woke up to smashing the side rear view mirror off. Not proud of it. I fucking learned from it. I've never damaged a car since. I think it's pretty incredible, actually. So yeah. So this is coming out on a Friday. Because I just want to get this out and get the people back in the loop. And we're gonna go back to, Tuesdays, 7 a.m. going forward. So you'll get this episode, and then you'll get an episode Tuesday. But yeah, just thank you for everyone who stuck around, asked questions, was willing to really, put themselves out there and see if we're doing okay. Everybody's doing great. We're doing the best that we can. And I've just missed making content, but I was a little burnt out, and now I'm back, and I'm really excited. I'm going to go watch the Yankees play now. Hopefully the next time you see me, the Yankees will be in the ALCS. If not, it's going to be a very sad, depressing episode where I will go off. But yeah, I hope everybody has an amazing weekend. Stay safe. I'm recording this on National Mental Health Day, so I'm working on a platform to bring some almost like AA, but for mental health. I'm trying to build it out the right way, where it's as cheap as possible, and I want to find a way that we could donate all of the stuff to the right charity. So I'm just trying to research charities and stuff. I have no problem with charities, but I like to just know the breakdown of what percentage goes here and what percentage goes there, if you know what I'm saying. No, I think charities are great, so I'm not trying to diss any charities at all. So, but yeah, working on that. It's kind of just a safe space where called mental meetings. I've done them before via Zoom, where people can just come in, and it's a safe space. You could just be a lurker with no camera on and just listen to some stories. But a lot of it's really cool because you get to share stories. And from time to time, a mental health professional will be in there to kind of help and guide what we're doing, because, it's one of those things where it's expensive to go see a therapist. It's just what it is. It's very expensive. And it's not affordable for a lot of people, but if we can find something where, we could all just come together as people who aren't mental health professionals to just kind of help guide each other and be positive, I think that's something that would benefit me a lot and other people as well. So keep an eye out for that. Again, November 6th. It's going to be an amazing show, New York City. It's going to be a weekly show every Wednesday. And I can't wait for that. And then I can't wait for my show November 14th. The Hard Rock Hotel, baby. Come out, see your boy, New York City. We're so back. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. I don't care if this gets 10 views or 1 million. It all means the same to me, realistically. So thank you so much. And excited to go on this journey with you guys. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff with guests going forward, in-person guests, and a lot of fan participation, especially when it comes to the Patreon. If you're still a patron, please check the Patreon, because I need your questions and your video and telephone submissions, or whatever it is, voicemails to play on the show, so I can give you guys some advice. I want it to be a segment of the show. So if you are a patron, please check the Patreon. That's going to be one of the perks. Any tier, you get to be on the show. And then the higher tiers, you get to be a producer of the show, with your name and a description and stuff. That's what we're going to be doing going forward. And whatever ideas that you guys have for the Patreon is, we're all ears. So, so that being said, hope everybody has an amazing long weekend. Enjoy your holiday. And yeah, I love you guys, and we will see you next time. Peace. We are out of here. Oh, yes.